I don't know if the baby industry knows this or not, but babies can't read. And having a boy baby doesn't mean that your baby can read more than girl babies. They actually both can't read. So why are all the boy baby clothes just words? They're words on shirts. I'm in my 6th month of pregnancy. I'm welcoming a baby boy, and I have clothes already for this baby, and some of them have words and statements on them. But I look at the stores at the baby boy section and at the baby girl section, and the baby girl section is giving baby. It's giving baby. It's giving poofs and frills and bows and cute designs of fabrics and little motifs and baby and soft. But I look at the boy and it's words on shirts. It's words on shirts, or it's trucks, or it's, I don't know, sharks. My okay, my baby doesn't care either way. I know girl babies and boy babies don't care. But I feel like when I look at my baby, I feel a lot of things. You know what I'm not thinking when I look at my baby? You know what this baby needs? A caption. I'm not. If we could put less energy into thinking of funny or cute phrases to put on a baby boy shirt, and we can just take that energy and put it into like making baby boy outfit give baby boy, and not like, I don't know, grown man t-shirt with words on it, that would be awesome. For reference, just an idea of what I'm thinking in my head, if you type in like Spanish baby clothes or like what babies wear in Spain, it's giving baby. Like, it's so cute. Baby boys are still soft. Like, they're not like shoved into this like trucks and cars, and you can still like all those things. And I'm sure a lot of boys and most boys will like cars, right? But when my baby is 3 months, like, why does my baby need a car on his shirt? I don't want that car on his shirt. He don't care either way. Like, can we just have something that's like giving soft? Because baby girls get to be soft. Baby boys are just as cute and just as soft. When they're 3 months, 6 months, they are gentle, they are baby, and their clothes is just giving like rough and tumble for an age that it doesn't even make sense for. Like, I'm just begging baby industry to make baby clothes for boys that are giving baby.
Can we admit that both boys and girl baby clothes deserve to look soft and adorable without the need of a punchline? I mean, the little guy just wants to take a nap, not wear a slogan. He's not out here on a campaign tour. He's just being a baby.
Story time on how my sister ran away to get a BBL when we were all at a family wedding. 6 years ago, my family and I went to Ireland for my cousin's wedding. We had a magical time. All of that was about to be ruined because one of my sisters decides that rather than stay the last day of the wedding, she will get a flight back to the UK, or so we thought. But she didn't go back to the UK. Oh no, she actually went to Marbella to have a BBL done. Not only did she decide to go and do that at 20 years old, she also kidnapped my 16-year-old sister to go with her and look after her. Made her swear not to tell anybody else. Picture this, me and the rest of my siblings are piled into the back of a minivan. I have my 2 children with me, and my dad is screaming at the top of his lungs for my 2 missing sisters to come down from the hotel. They don't come, at which point he's very annoyed because we're about to miss our flight. We actually think we're about to leave them, abandon them in Ireland. When my sisters don't come down, my dad announces proudly that we will be leaving without them. They are adults and they can find their own way home. My husband, being from a very small family of just 2 boys, is very shocked at the way that a family of 8 siblings behave, especially when there's 5 girls. So we leave. My dad drives away, we go home. And rather ironically, at some point when my dad was going off on his airport dad rant, he did say, "Who do they think they are, the Kardashians?" Famous last words, my friend. I am frantically texting both of my sisters. The little one is replying to me and she's being very cryptic. She tells me that they have gone on holiday to meet Lucy's boyfriend and that they are going to be having a lovely time in Marbella sunbathing. We get back to the UK and normal life ensues. That is until Mother's Day comes around and I receive a phone call from Lucy. I thought maybe she was ringing me to say Happy Mother's Day. Boy, was I wrong. Lucy was ringing me to tell me that she had in fact run away to Marbella to have a BBL done with a certain doctor who's very famous for effing up. Goes on to tell me how she's scared because she's just been drawn all over. It's the day of the surgery and the surgeon hasn't been very nice to her. In fact, he's been swearing at her. So I beg her on my hands and knees, sobbing, to come home. I say, walk out of there. Just leave. I have a bad feeling about this. She tells me she's going to leave. She doesn't leave. And then I don't hear from her on Mother's Day for 6 hours. I rang that clinic so many times that eventually the clinic took the phone off of the hook. I googled how long a BBL takes and it didn't take 6 hours. I was scared. I was looking at flights. I rang my husband. I thought I was going to be sick with worry over that girl. 6 hours passes and I eventually get a call from my little sister, the 16-year-old. She tells me that Lucy's now home, but she's not in a good way, and she sends me videos. And my sister has drains of blood coming out of her body, scattered around her, several of them in this dirty bed, in this random apartment, in this random place in Marbella. And I can't tell my mum, but I know about it. So if anything happens, I knew about it and I did nothing. My little sister tells me that she is in a lot of pain and that she has a lot of medications to take. And when she shows me them all over the side, I am shocked. She would have rattled when she walked. And so I tell Alice, start putting as many alarms in your phone as you can so that you know when to give her certain medications. And then Alice rings me again and she says she won't take her antibiotics. This girl will not have her antibiotics. She's saying it makes her feel sick. And so then I'm thinking maybe she has an infection. And I'm saying force her, make her take the antibiotics. And so they're listening to me and she does take it, but they seem to make her worse. And then I suddenly remember that one of my siblings is allergic. I can't remember which one and what antibiotics they are. And so I send this random message into my group chat, into my family group chat, and I say to everybody, which antibiotics is it that somebody is allergic to? At which point everyone's like, why are you asking? That's a very strange question to ask. And I say, I'm just interested. I'm just asking. My mum calls me. When I find out, I ring Alice back and I say, stop giving the antibiotics. She's allergic to them. She could die. They stop giving the antibiotics, but she doesn't get any better. At which point I say, call the clinic. Call the clinic. The clinic's not answering because it's a Sunday. Clinics close on a Sunday. Who knew? Here's an idea. Don't do surgery on a Saturday and close on a Sunday. They call me again. This time, she is screeching in pain, crying, wailing like a banshee. At which point I am so freaked out that I call my mum and I say, guess what? I've been lying to you. I think Lucy's going to die and I need you to go on the next flight to Marbella. My mum goes, she saves the day, she brings Lucy home in near perfect health. No one tells my dad. My dad's very confused. Lucy walks in looking like a Kardashian. Dad never says a word. No one ever speaks of it again. Despite the fact that Lucy has to lay on her front to watch TV for the next 10 weeks. We look very alike. But there is one very clear difference between us two that if you met us in person, you would notice almost immediately.
Imagine a wedding in Ireland and everyone's together and one sister gets up and bolts all the way to Maribel mid-trip for a BBL, and her sister, who's 16, comes along as her nurse, and dad is yelling at people in the parking lot thinking they're missing their flight while they're secretly off getting surgery. That is crazy.
If you are the mom that came up to me at the bar Friday trying to get me to date her son, you are such a real one. Listen, I've been having a few pretty bad weeks, okay? So I decide to go out drinking with my sister and I go to this bar. It's a bar I usually go to, right? Nothing good has ever happened at this bar, but I just wanted to have fun. I'm just doing my own thing or whatever, and this man comes up to me and I'm like, what the f? But he's like, I have to let you know, my wife thinks that you are gorgeous. And I'm like looking around like, what? And he points. I literally look at the most beautiful, gorgeous MILF I have ever seen in my life. And she's like literally like waving me down, like saying like, come here, come here, come here. So I walk up and I'm like, hello? She was like, I've been staring at you all night and I'm not even kidding. I think that you are so beautiful. Are you single? So we're talking and I'm like sitting there being like, you are so sweet. And she literally looks at me and goes, you have to date my son. And I'm sitting there like, what you talking about? She was like, my son, like, he's single. Like, I need you to date him. Like, I think you're perfect for him. And I'm like, oh no, because I'm scared she's going to whip out a picture and it's going to be Shrek. And so she shows me attractive man. No, he's attractive. Exceeded my expectations. He is actually attractive. So she gets my name, my phone number, takes a selfie with me and sends it to him. 2 days later, I got a text being like, hi, like, is this Grace? You are real one. If I had a son, I would do exactly what you did. You are literally the most perfect angel on earth. And whether it works out or not, like, I literally don't care. Like, you are a real one, because if he is the potential love of my life, I will see you at the wedding.
All right, now we're talking. This mom just took wing momming to a whole new level. I mean, how legendary do you have to be to scout out a potential date for your son from the bar, and then not only is she hyping you up, but making the intro, handing over the number like it's no big deal? Forget dating apps. We need wing moms like this.